Here's some arguments for why God exists, but each one is going to get better than the last.
Wait, so you're not going to bring forth your best argument to start with to prove the thing that's never been proven ever by the history of anyone? I mean, there's been 4,000 gods that have been dotted throughout history and over 10,000 different religions, and each religion has branches within those religions. So you're not going to bring your best argument forth to prove your specific religion, the religion that you were born into, the God that you were born and then taught to believe in. You're not going to do that? Okay, carry on.
First, look around you.
Oh my God, look at the trees! Their nature is so beautiful, everything is amazing, it must be God! No! The proof of a thing is proof of that thing in and of itself. That is it. Trees are proof of trees. Mountains are proof of mountains. The ocean is proof of the ocean. You don't use something else's existence to prove something else's existence. You can only use the thing that you can observe to prove that thing's existence.
It's so complex. Therefore, it required a complex creator.
Or second option, it's all natural.
2. Everything that is created must have had a creator. So,
great. If that was the case, then demonstrate his creator. You don't say, well, this was created, therefore it had a creator. That's not how that works. There are other options available to us to show us how things came to be in the natural world.
if you go back far enough, that creator was God. 3. The universe is weirdly perfect for life.
The universe is weirdly perfect for life. Yet, out of all the entire planets and the entire cosmos, or the universe, whichever one you want to call it, the only one we've found so far to be able to sustain life, and that was after billions of years, is Earth. And originally, when Earth was first formed, it couldn't provide for any life, not even extremophiles. Absolutely fuck all. Everywhere else in the universe, you would die instantaneously, pretty much.
If gravity, atoms, or anything else in our universe was even slightly off, none of it would exist.
Yes, it would. It would totally exist. It doesn't matter. This argument is tired and it's old and I'm sick of hearing it. If the Earth was a few degrees or a few miles or whatever the hell you want to call it, if the Earth was a few miles closer to the sun, or if the Earth was like a few miles away from the sun, there would still be life on Earth, right? Mars, which takes us about 8 months to get to. 8 months. Keep that in mind. 8 months to get to. Mars typically has an ambient temperature of about, I think it's like between 50 and 70 degrees Fahrenheit. Somewhere in that range. Which is pretty comfortable. Pretty comfortable. And that's way further away from the sun than we are. Mars, if Mars had the same conditions as Earth, Mars would be able to support life. A few atoms being off wouldn't change a fucking thing. Nothing in the slightest. If gravity was slightly less strong than it is now, it wouldn't change a thing. If it was slightly stronger than it was now, it wouldn't change a thing. The only thing that it would change is how animals evolve. That is it.
4. Objective morality exists.
Morality is entirely subjective. There is no such thing as objective morality. Objective means it's factual. It means it cannot be argued against. It is 100% factual. It exists, period, full stop. The moon is objective. The moon exists. The earth being round is objective. Well, it's an oblate spheroid, but we're not going to get into that. Subjectivity comes from the ability to differ viewpoints on existing subjects that aren't based in science or reality. For example, morality. Morality is simply what one person makes of it. I mean, fucking Hitler didn't think too much about killing 6 million fucking Jews. Now, did he? No. You know, the fucking Andrew Jackson didn't think too much about the indigenous peoples when he slaughtered them during the Trail of Tears. No, he did not. The East India Company didn't think too much about the lives of black people when they stole them from their land, genocided them, and then shipped them off to other people to be forced to work. No, they didn't, did they? And yet, I would have to assume that you and every reasonable person out there would say that that was amoral. Not immoral, amoral.
Everyone agrees that murder is bad. But
Everyone agrees that murder is bad. Are you sure about that? Are you sure? Are you sure? Are you sure?
where does that come from?
That comes from our understanding that as a society, as a collective, we perform better as a collective. It's evolutionary. It's literally evolutionary. That's what it is.
Comes from moral lawgiver God. 5.
The moral lawgiver God, the same God that condoned slavery, the same God that actually did condone murder and genocide, mind you. That God, right? That one.
Consciousness itself, the idea that I exist, you exist, comes from something beyond the physical world.
Consciousness just comes from the brain. That's it. It's something that our brains use to compartmentalize the world around us. Our consciousness is our own consciousness. Our consciousness just proves that we have the ability to think and reason, and that's it.
6. There's an overwhelming amount of archaeological and personal evidence that Jesus Christ was real, that he really did rise again from the dead.
No, there isn't.
Especially since the 12 apostles literally died for their faith.
The 12 apostles, Jesus, as described by the Bible, the only source of evidence, and I'm using the word evidence extremely loosely for this case, the only source of evidence for Jesus as described by the Bible existence is the Bible. That is it. There is no archaeological evidence. There is no contemporary evidence. There is no evidence outside of the Bible of any kind whatsoever that actually definitively proves Jesus as described by the Bible's existence. Fuck all.
7. Personal experience.
Personal experience does not prove God's existence. Personal experience doesn't even prove anything, really, because our brains can easily be tricked. Our brains are 100% fallible. You could have some out-of-body experience or something like that you claim to have had. And that out-of-body experience that you think you had, that could have been drugs, You could have been having some sort of episode. There's a myriad of reasons why you think you had those experiences.
I feel like God exists.
Oh my God, I feel like God exists. Whoop-de-fucking-do.
When I worship God, I feel a sense of peace. And it can't just be a placebo effect, because we really do feel a change in our life. And tens of billions of people have also been transformed by the word.
Tens of billions of people, so about 2 billion people more than what's on Earth. I mean, there's like, what, 1.6, 1.7 billion Christians on the planet? That's it. And argument from popularity. So what? Who cares? Just because something's popular doesn't mean that thing is real.
So, what are your thoughts? Here's some argument.
I think that these were the worst arguments I have ever heard for God's existence, by far. Like, it's not even a competition. I have heard actual apologists make garbage arguments for God's existence, but no, you have taken the cake for every single one of